Today's tutorial is about turning this photograph into a high contrast dramatic mode, black and white. So without any further talking, let's begin. So first things first, let's start by making it black and white right here. And go on with the sliders. Usually when I do edits on Lightroom, I start like gradually with the sliders right here. It just easier flow. Okay, so we're going to leave the temperature and tint like untouched in here. We need to make the photograph more dramatic and high contrast. So we need to lower the exposure a little bit and increase the contrast a little bit, like 13, 14, something like that. We can get back to it later if we want to. Okay, and the highlights. So we need to lower the highlights a little bit because the sky is so bright comparing to the rest of the subjects. So we need to lower the highlight. Maybe not a little bit. Okay, and the shadows, bring it up a little. I don't think it's little, but we need to bring up all these areas that we don't see. Not so much though, because we need the shadows and we don't need to wash up the whole photo. Especially in the black and white photographs, it's better if we don't make it in the gray zone. Okay, so the whites we can bring it up a little bit, not so much, and the blacks we can bring it down a little bit. So this move right here with the whites and the blacks helps the contrast more. Sometimes it's an alternative to the contrast to bring up the whites and lower the blacks, because this is basically what contrast does. It bring up the whites and lower the black. So the texture is up to your vision, but for the sake of this photograph here, I can bring it up a little bit to bring up the details right here. Let's zoom in, yeah. And I think clarity too. I need to bring it up a little bit. To see the effect of any slider, you can easily do this move. It's so common to do this move with the sliders to know what the slider does. So clarity here is bringing up more of the details. We don't want to make it very, very hard. Just this amount is good enough. And one of the most important sliders here for the dramatic mode in black and white is dehaze. We can bring it up just a little bit. We don't want to ruin the photograph or something. Just a little bit. Okay, we can now see the difference between before and after. So far, it goes to the direction we want it to go to. Okay. Let's bring back the sliders here. Alright, so with the curves, with the tone curves, we need to make it more cinematic or dramatic. So we can bring up the blacks and bring it down from right here. Just a little bit. And recover this area here. We don't want it to go down this much, so we can recover it like that. So here's the before, the curves, and here's the after. Okay, for the sake of the shadows right here, we can go up again and increase the shadows a little bit. Not so much. Playing with those colors is affecting the brightness of every color before it becomes a black and white photograph. Like, we know that the sky is blue. If we bring it up, it will like lighten up the sky a little bit, but for now I want to leave this. To be honest, I want to remove these parts in here because they are driving me crazy. With the remove tool right here, I don't want to use generative AI or anything of those, just a normal remove tool, and adjust the size right here. Okay, our next move, I need to brighten this part of the ship and lower the light of the whole photograph. I know that I can make like vignetting from effects right here, like vignetting like that, but to be honest, I need to do masking first. So I'll come here and select mask. It will give me multiple options. Lightroom is improving the masking process in a very good way. Yeah, so right now I'm going to use the radial gradient to make an oval shape, right, like that, maybe bigger a little bit, and turn it like that. Yes, so let's just invert it and lower the light of the rest of the photo first. This looks good, and we can add another mask. In fact, we don't need to add it from the scratch again. We can just press here and duplicate mask 1, and in here we can invert it to select the shape, double click on exposure to bring it back, and just not very much, and the shadows a little bit. Okay, let's see the difference. Here's before using the mask, and here's after using the mask. It's more specific, more dramatic, and it's leading the eyes to the main subject of the photograph. Again, there is the before and there is the after. Okay, looks very good. Okay, right back in here, I might just increase the whites a little bit and do just a little vignetting right here. And to avoid making it so obvious on the edges right here, I can make a little bit feathering. It's just a tiny effect, but it's pretty good. Yeah, it helps the purpose of the editing right here. Okay, so, and we're done. Here is the before and here is the after. A very dramatic, high contrast black and white photograph. So if you have any questions, you can ask me in the comments, and if you want to see more of these tutorials, you can just subscribe on Snapdazzle, and thank you so much for watching.